everyone. Kristen David here, and I am so excited about having two of my favorite coaches and key people on my team on with this live stream. Jacqueline Zolnick and Lisa Rataco is both our key integrated people to the team, but are also going to be helping us with our calendaring workshop this year. Super excited for that. More about that in a minute. But as you all know, I am such a big fan of calendaring. It is what controls your time and energy. So we're going to be talking about calendaring and giving you some tips on how to calendar more effectively and why you need to set time to work on your calendar for 2023. So Jacqueline, Lisa, welcome.
Hi.
Excited to have you both here. And again, I just want to do introductions again. Coach Jacqueline is an amazing coach on our systems, but also the COO of Upleveling Your Business, an absolute rock. She has helped grow businesses, one of which from like 300,000 to 3 million, has helped so many other businesses. Just such a integrated part of knowing what an entrepreneur life is like and how you need to build with systems. And Lisa is also another one of our coaches, also our client happiness coordinator, wears many different hats, and also has been, as an attorney, ran her own firm for 12 years. So she knows firsthand what it's like in the trenches, getting in there day to day. But so listen, everyone, we want to talk calendaring. And so I'm going to divvy it up. We're going to start with Lisa, put her on the hot seat to share some tips and some information on getting the most out of your calendar. Then I'm going to bring Jacqueline on. And overall, I want you all to be thinking about where are you going to find the time to work on your calendar, and think about how much of a difference it makes to have somebody with you helping guide you and get that put down, which is why our calendaring workshop is a perfect time to do that. But more on that later. So, Lisa, you ready to take the hot seat?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, everyone. So, Lisa, as an attorney, you know how important the calendar is and how much you need to really be diligent about crafting time for your business, for yourself, for your family. Share some of those tips, those biz nuggets on how to organize yourself and your time.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel so strongly about calendaring and planning. It's a passion point for me, just like a productivity geek, to be honest. But I feel so strongly about it because your calendar kind of controls your life, whether you do it intentionally or not, right? So if we are not intentional and people are just popping in on our calendar all the time, we can feel like we're running around with our hair on fire, right? Like just putting out fires and reacting all the time, and a lot of overwhelm in that. But there is a better way. There's another way, right? So I just, again, it's so important to me that especially business owners wearing lots of different hats know that like they can be in control of their calendar. Their calendar doesn't have to be in control of them. And what I love about the workshop we're going to be holding is really like getting in, like, side by side with the people in attendance to like look at your calendar. What are your priorities for 2023? And how do we hold those boundaries, not just plan for them, but make sure that the boundaries are held so we stick to our plan and prevent us from being in overwhelm, right? So move out of reactivity and into just like calm response to things.
Awesome. And a big part of making sure you have the time is getting it on the calendar. How do you, when you're coaching clients, what do you suggest for them to do to make sure that they not just get it on a calendar, but make it stick?
Oh, good question. So I'd say my favorite, there's so many different strategies, to be honest. I don't think I can tell you all like in 30 seconds, but one of my favorite strategies is blocking out like gray space before and after things. Because we are human. We have to do things like get up and stretch our legs, use the bathroom, get a breath of fresh air, or If you have employees working for you, someone will inevitably need your time. There's emails. And one thing I see a lot is people who start calendaring or time blocking, feel good about it, have a great plan, but they're so back to back that they don't account for the normal flow of daily life, right? And then when they respond to an email, all of a sudden the whole rest of the day, there's a domino effect. Really simple solve is just to like cushion everything a little bit in front and a little bit behind, because we're doing that stuff anyway. So we can plan intentionally to do it, or we can do it anyway again, and then like let the dominoes fall, right?
Yeah. I love that. Plan your calendar intentionally. Absolutely. That's such a key part of taking ownership of that calendar and making it happen. So tell me, Lisa, the calendaring workshop, January 9th through 10th, what is your favorite part that you're excited about in that 2-day workshop?
It's hard to choose. I'd say my absolute favorite, because I love this planning and productivity stuff. I would say honestly, getting together with people in person, because look, again, we're human. It's so easy, especially with virtual events, to be like, oh, I'd like to attend that thing, and then be multitasking on the side or juggling 10 other things. Just by being in person, we have community and collaboration. We learn from other people, and we are more likely to be single tasking, right? Because there's people around us holding us to that one task. So we're just more likely to execute and follow through. And again, I like also it's not super complex, Kristen, but like the teaching around planning that day, like bookending the day with self-care. What do you do in the morning? What do you do in the evening? Because a lot of times we just don't think about that stuff. We take it for granted. And then it maybe doesn't get done. So again, we're letting our calendar dictate our life instead of the other way around. So seeing like those light bulb moments in person is just a really wonderful thing.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're already getting some love from, thank you, Susie, seeing all of us together. I'm going to add Jacqueline back in. Awesome. Awesome. Lisa, thank you for that. I am going to jump in and put Jacqueline on the hot seat. Lisa, thank you for sharing those tips. All right, Jacqueline, are you ready?
Ready. Hello, everyone.
All right. So you run our hiring and onboarding boot camp. You are a systems coach. You are the COO of up leveling your business. You wear many amazing hats for us. And I know you're excited about this calendaring workshop. What is a calendaring tip that you have for everybody? I'll get to what's your favorite part of the workshop in a moment, but just in general about calendaring and holding yourself and your team to items. What's a good tip that you can share with everybody about taking your calendar from chaos to order?
I think it's putting our various goals in it. So it's not just our daily things, it's our weekly, it's our monthly, it's our quarterly, it's our annual. I like to start with the fun things that are easy. Like, do you take your birthday off every year? Do you take off your anniversary? How about kids' birthdays? Those are some easy things to start, because what we're looking for people to do here is to create good habits. So if we want them to start creating a new habit, we want them to start with things that are easy. So first is that, do you take a vacation at a certain time each year? Do you take the week between Christmas and New Year's off? Those are a bunch of different ways to get people started. And then they use the energy that they've dedicated towards those small steps to then fuel other inspirations.
Awesome. Awesome. So it's a lot of layering. So starting with those important items and then using that as a catalyst to layer in those other items. What about some of the routine events or meetings with your team, for instance? How do you get the most out of those calendared times?
So then I like to put in the things that are it's terms of being, so let's put on the COO hat, or the firm administrator hat when I was in those roles, it's the reviews. So the quarterly meetings with our teams, it's building those into the calendar, but then not just that, it's the 2 weeks before that, preparing for that meeting. So what I like to then look with people when we're talking about their strategic planning and using calendaring as a habit that helps to keep all of the different systems running smoothly is the reminders for those. So we may calendar in some blocked time to review those scorecards, to look at those KPIs, to review the feedback from the team. We like to manage here with the disc profiles, to look at those, to be refreshed on that. And then we like to layer in before those meetings the times to reach out to the team members before those so that they have some contributions in advance that they're thinking about, like a question or a contribution, some time off, different types of things that we want them to then be considering. So I like to then use the calendar goals that we've set to then think of, okay, what other meetings now need to happen in advance of that meeting?
Awesome. Yeah, that prep time and taking a moment to say, okay, what do we need to cover? What do we need to talk about? What do we want to get out of this? Yes, I love our disc profiles. I love the fact that you and I spend some time before we do quarterly reviews, different things, making sure that we are addressing and identifying areas that either need improvement or we want to give praise on, things like that. So awesome. I can see that we're already getting some awesome little love out there in the social media network. I love it. I love it. So listen, let's talk about the calendar workshop. So excited about the calendar workshop and what is to come. You guys have 2 days filled with amazing content. What are you most looking forward to in the calendar workshop?
So having been to a few of these myself, the first part that we wanted to do was be intentional about not finding a boring conference room. Although we want people to be very focused on what they're building, we believe in being in an up-leveled location based on the success of our experiences. We know that when people are inspired with what they're around, that really helps to fuel their motivation and keep them connected because they are inspired for keep doing those types of things and to keep coming back to great destinations. So I'm excited about our destination of Burlington, Vermont. It's a very fun city in a gorgeous area, and there'll be a lot of things to do after the workshop with people hanging out around the city. So first and foremost, though, is to be able to use that space in a forum that is collaborative. So we're sitting there, we're hearing about other people's habits, we're learning from other people's strategies, and getting to see what it is. And when we're in those hive mind groups, the fuel that happens to ignite just different passions, different energies, and the just synergy of everyone talking about things that they have those different moments, similar to what Lisa said, those aha moments. Like, I didn't even consider that as like using my calendar in that way or involving my team member in that part of this planning or preparing for that meeting in that way. So when they use that as an action plan to then bring those habits back, they change the trajectory of their firm, right? Other people then learn those habits. If they really loved block calendaring or they loved this piece of it, then they come back and they build those intentions with other team members to say, hey, let's try this. Let's try layering this in for you. So it's that ripple effect where we're starting to have conversations and teachings with people, and then they bring it back to their team and their whole team is better because of those skills they learned.
Awesome. I love it. There is so much you guys are going to do in this 2 days. I'm frankly a little jealous that I'm not going to be there. That you guys are going to have all this fun. And another shout out from Susie. Sounds like fun. It is going to be amazing. I have no doubt that I've seen the agenda, the materials coming together. Super excited by what's in store. So listen, everyone, if you know you need to work on your calendar, you want to build out an amazing calendar for 2023, get signed up for the calendaring workshop. It's going to be incredible. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Jacqueline or Lisa and, ask whatever questions. They are open books. They will share. And that way, you're making the right decision. But bring a team member, get in there, work on that calendar on January 9th and 10th. So important to spend that time. Jacqueline, any final thoughts? We promised a short and sweet live stream today. Any
So I guess in the
tips?
last 15 seconds, we'll talk about the hands-on part of it, just because people know us for experiential learning, is that we're going to go through some of these habits with some fun experiments. So we have some sand art involved in it, and maybe some water, maybe some rocks. So there is some little teasers that we can say that we have some fun experiments planned to really get these lessons ingrained with you. We're not just going to be talking at you. We're not just going to let the group control, but we're going to do some hands-on fun activities that we've learned that people really enjoy participating in.
Awesome. I love it. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, everyone, get signed up for the calendaring workshop and ping us if you have any questions. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you to Lisa. All right. Bye, everyone.